What's up? Welcome to a build video made by me, and this is just going to be a short one to go over this amazing build that I have put together and I'm really enjoying, and that is the Warlock build I like to call Nadelock, which I'm pretty sure was already a Warlock build name, but I'm taking it. And the only really essential thing for this build is Spirit of Osmiomancy, which improves nades. But what the hell does that mean? Your grenades recharge quicker on hits. Note that that part does not say that it has to be cold snaps, but it does work good with cold snaps. However, I am opting to use Vortex Grenade, which of course does multiple hits, and when paired with Facet of Dominance, it applies Weaken. Pretty cool, right? I mean, just slap some nades on a boss and at least hit them with one Vortex Grenade before you pop your super and go into big PP DPS mode. On top of that, grenade kills with Facet of Bravery will also give you volatile rounds. So if you use a Void Heavy, number go up, which means cool. And you can also get unraveling rounds with your melee, which is very, very handy, suggesting that I like to pair this with the call with Demolitionist and Hatchling, which is great for ad clear and getting your nade back for when you whiff it. I also like to pair Facet of Courage because you hit them once with the melee and your grenade does 5% more damage, which is great. For survivability, we have Facet of Protection, and last of all, we have Facet of Balance, which just helps our abilities regen a little bit. The aspects I opt to use is Hellion, just to keep me covered and to reproc Devour as much as possible. You can replace this for Bleak Watcher if you prefer that. I don't, so I use Hellion. Feed the Void is very essential to this build. You do not have much in the ways of survivability without it. You need to constantly have Devour up and get kills for it to really work. You also get grenade energy from kills with Devour when you have this aspect on. And last of all, the super I choose to run is Song of Flame, which also gets affected by Osmiomancy and Feed the Void, I believe at least. Now as for your weapons, as I already said, the call with Demolitionist and Hatchling is a great option. Enhanced Demolitionist will obviously give you an even better effect. For my primary, I like to either use Graviton Lance because it is just the season, or another Pulse Rifle, or any other weapon really with Demolitionist. This one's quite good, the Ultima. And for my heavy, it doesn't really matter. I got this pretty nice roll of the new Linear Fusion Rifle. It's pretty cool. I like it. Also gets affected by Unraveling Rounds, which bumps number up, which makes dopamine go burr. We will quickly show you the mods I have on my armor. We have double Ashes to Assets, along with a Shrine Siphon. Replace this if you're not primarily using your call or strand, but I advise strand in the call. For our arms, we have triple firepower, which makes every single nade kill give an orb. For our chest piece, I have concussive dampener, sniper damage resistance. Both of them are changeable if you want a little bit more reserves, or you want to change it out for whatever burn it is and whatever activity you're doing. And last of all, I have emergency reinforcement because I ain't doing nothing with armor charges and I might as well do something. For our boots, we have one orb of restoration, which will give us a little bit of energy to our least charged ability when we get an orb. Innervation, which gives us nade when we get orb. And Absolution, which gives us energy to all of our abilities when we get orb. And we make lots of orb. And lastly, on the class item, I have one bomber, one distribution, and one powerful attraction. If you're not a fan of powerful attraction, you can switch it out for Reaper instead and just go manually collect your orbs. I'm lazy, so I use this. That is basically it for the build itself, but there is a few things in the Hunter's Journal that will help it out a little bit. That being Transference, Shield Crush, Void Hegemony, and if you don't want And if you want a third option for the last column, keep in mind you can only take 2. Expanding Abyss can also help out. So that's it for the build. I hope you guys enjoy and at least have fun with it. I am having a lot of fun with it. I like nades and I really like the Vortex nade. And this build performs surprisingly well in semi-high level content. I will admit that it has downsides such as survivability in GM level content. However, it's not impossible to run GMs with this build. It's far from the worst. I'm also pretty bad at GMs, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's better than I think. But anyway, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the build, which I've said too much times, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.